there are places in Colombia that people avoid mentioning at night. Not because of cheap superstition, but because at some point in history, something happened there. Something that never truly ended. The Páramo is one of those places. This is the story of Dolores, and before you finish listening, pay attention to one thing. If you're alone right now, if there's fog outside, or if the wind is making that strange sound you can't quite recognize, maybe I should have warned you before we started. Dolores lived in an old adobe house that seemed to rise from the earth itself. Her husband left for war when their youngest son had barely learned to walk. She waited. 1 year, 2, 5. Hope is a strange thing. It keeps you alive far longer than you should be. The neighbors always remembered her standing in the doorway, staring toward the edge of the Páramo as if someone would appear through the mist at any moment. No one ever did. Only the cold, only the silence of the mountains. Then one night, she heard a voice. It was her name spoken exactly the way only her husband used to say it. That tiny pause, that unmistakable tone. Dolores felt as if the whole world had finally fallen back into place, as if all those years of pain had been worth it. She ran. Without shoes, without a coat, without looking back. She ran into the fog, toward the hills, toward the voice. When morning came, she was standing in the middle of the Páramo, her feet buried in the mud, her throat raw from calling his name. Down in the valley, smoke still drifted into the sky. Her house had burned to ashes. Her 3 children were inside, beside the fireplace she had left burning. Dolores didn't cry. That's what terrifies those who tell this story the most. She didn't cry. No one knows what Dolores did in the days that followed. She vanished from the village. Some say she climbed into the Páramo and never returned. Others claim they saw her wandering the roads at night, barefoot, her clothes still smelling of smoke. Soon afterward, people began disappearing. Always on foggy nights, always alone, always after hearing someone call them by name. The few who returned could never clearly explain what they had seen. They spoke of following a voice, of arriving at an old house lit only by candles, of seeing a woman sitting with her back turned. And when they tried to speak to her, she turned around. None of them ever managed to describe her face. The legend of the weeping woman of the Páramo is unlike any other. She doesn't cry for her dead children. She cries because she replaces them, because she found a way to fill the emptiness they left behind with someone else, with you, if you follow that voice. And the most disturbing part isn't the legend itself. It's that in Colombia, families living near the highland Páramos have lost loved ones who simply vanished into the mist. They searched, but never found them. Then, sometimes, in the middle of the night, their phone rings. The caller has no number. The voice sounds exactly like the person they lost, and it whispers their name. Before asking one simple question, can you come outside for a moment? So tonight, if you hear your name carried by the wind, don't go outside. Don't.